What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jay, and today we're going to be discussing God of War Ragnarok. So if you haven't played the game, make sure you play. It's going to be nothing but spoilers on this one. I want to introduce you guys to my cousin. If you watch my MCU tier list, you already know who he is. Say what's up, Avery.
Yo, it's a real pleasure to be back here, guys.
All right, Avery, since you're the guest, I'm going to give you the floor. What's your general thoughts on the game? Was it good? Was it bad?
I think it was really good. Like, playing the game, I was never bored. It was always very exciting. The fighting was really good, and the story, it was just really well written.
My thoughts in the game was amazing, bro. 10 out of 10. Everyone knows that I love 2018. That's my favorite game of all time. And playing Ragnarok, it just surpassed everything from 2018. Like the combat, the story. I know some people are going to complain about the story, like the direction they went towards. Like, for example, there's certain plot points from 2018 that they actually didn't address in this one. And I know I know the community is going to go crazy. For example, so when there's a part in 2018 where someone blows a horn, I don't know if you remember. You played 2018, right? You beat it, right?
Yeah, I beat it.
All right, so there's a point in the game where Atreus is sick, right? And Kratos is carrying him to Freya so she could heal him. And someone blows the horn. And everyone for the past few years, it was like, oh, who blew the horn? Who blew the horn? It was a big mystery, right? And apparently in this game, it completely got like pushed aside. There was no answer towards it. They didn't answer it. There's just a few things that I felt like they could have addressed. Not better. They could have addressed. Like, there's certain things I felt like they just left it out. I guess since the game was only a 2-game series, because apparently it's going to be 3 games. They decided to go with 2. Because I get it. They said that they don't want people to wait 5 years, 4 years for the story to continue. So they were like, if it goes to 3 games, it would have been like 10 to 15 years. So they didn't want people to wait that long. But yeah, there's just a few things that it's little nitpicks and stuff, but in general, I thought the game was amazing. I want to ask you, man. All right, first of all, I know you're not a huge fan like me. To me, that's my, especially with this one, that's my favorite game series, God of War. I know you're not a huge fan. For me, it's different. So when you download the game, you hit the play button. What was going through your mind, man?
I was just, because I was having a lot of discussions. Actually, you know what, before that, I was playing God of War 2. I just beat God of War 1, like the first original games.
Yeah.
And after that, the story was it was fresh in my mind. So I was thinking, damn, how are they going to continue this, right? Like, how would they do better than the last game?
Especially me. Like, I told you already that I was actually talking to you when I was playing 2018. I played back 2018, like a few days before Ragnarok came out, and the story was fresh in my mind. I even told you when I finished it, I said, damn, bro, this game is a masterpiece. This shit is 10 out of 10. I don't know how they're going to top this one. And so going into it, when I booted the game and you saw Kratos there, I had like this rush, bro. For some reason, it's weird, bro. I was like nervous. I was like, damn, bro. How are they going to live up to 2018? And especially, you know how in 2018, the Boulder fight, first 15 minutes of the game, that fight was amazing, bro. So I was
definitely.
So I was like, yo, they got some big shoes to fill. I wasn't disappointed, bro. When Atreus walks in and you see Atreus, I'm like, oh boy, is a grown up now. Like, he got some bass on his voice, man. You know,
he was not annoying in the first game.
Yeah, no, he was annoying, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. No, he wasn't annoying. Like, I like Atreus, bro. He's one of my favorite like video game characters. His thing is that he's like misunderstood and shit. Like, I get it. Some people was like, oh, he's annoying. Like, he bitches a lot, but I like the whole companion thing, like with The Last of Us. I like the companion. That's why Last of Us is now is my 3rd favorite game ever. The whole Ellie and Joel thing, like, I like the companion thing when it's not annoying, like in Resident Evil 4, when Leon has to fucking hold this chick's hand during the whole fucking game. Like, that's annoying to me. But Atreus can actually hold his own and shit. So yeah, when Atreus walked through the cave and I saw Atreus, I was like, all right, my boy he's big now. He probably has a few tricks up his sleeve. Like, I don't gotta babysit him. Let's get it. So we get in the sled, and the first thing you see, bro, not even 20 seconds in while you're in the sled, you see is Freya. You see like her silhouette
rushing at you.
Yeah, you see her silhouette rushing at you. And I'm like, oh, here we fucking go, bro. Like, here we go. And just the whole set piece, like where they're running and Kratos trying to defend himself, because Kratos isn't trying to fight. He isn't trying to kill her. He isn't trying to fight her.
Yeah.
He owes Freya a lot for saving Atreus in the last game. Yeah, so she's doing everything trying to kill you. And the part where Atreus is about to shoot his arrow at her and he like hesitates, I was like, yo, that shit hit me, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit hit me because I get it. Because Atreus actually likes her. He looks up to her a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole sequence with the snow falling and then they make it to their house.
When I saw Atreus when he was about to shoot Freya, and he hesitated, and he was like, "Oh, no, I don't want to shoot you."
Exactly.
They were trying to reform her because they still believed in her that she could do better, and they understand why she was angry at them.
Of course, like if you lose your son, like you're a parent, and Kratos just snaps his neck. Like Kratos, the thing is that Kratos told him multiple times, "Listen, you don't have to do this. We got to be better." Like the whole theme of God of War 2018 and Ragnarok is be better, right? They have to be better.
Yeah, because Atreus was wilding out. He was talking about, "Oh, we're gods, and we can do whatever we want."
Yeah, bro, don't remind me that shit, bro. Atreus. But yeah, they have to be better because the gods in Greece, major assholes. They don't give a fuck. Like they think they the shit. They don't care about the humans. They do whatever.
They definitely don't.
So I gotta ask you, the first 10 minutes, bro, like when they reach the house and they see Fenrir there, bro, what's your thoughts on that?
First thought was, I was thinking, why is Fenrir so small?
Me too. I just finished playing 2018. And I'm like, and you see the prophecies, the mural and shit, talking about Fenrir, all this shit about Fenrir. I'm like, yo, so they have Fenrir already? Like, if Fenrir's supposed to be a big ass wolf, like they have Fenrir. How they got Fenrir? That was really going through my head. Like, when did they get Fenrir? Like a regular size wolf?
Yeah, like regular size.
And I was thinking, is there like time travel or some shit? Like, is something gonna happen? Like, is he gonna like? I don't know. It's just a lot of shit was going through my head.
I definitely wasn't expecting what they actually did.
Kratos is telling Atreus like, you gotta let him go. He's dying. All this stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of choked up, bro. That's tough. You can tell Atreus really cares about him. Atreus loves animals. Like he really loves animals and shit.
Yeah, he does.
Like Charlie, the turtle and shit.
I don't even. Oh yeah, Freya's house, right?
Yeah, from 2018, Charlie. Like he cares about them. So the fact that he lost Fenrir, like, I got choked up. The spirit shit flew out of him. I was like, what is this, bro? Like I understand what it was. Like I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it was just weird. I saw it and I didn't understand what it was. I'm like, what is this? I thought it was a glitch at first. So I was like, yo, why is this blue shit on my screen?
You know what I thought it was when I first saw it? I thought like his spirit was gonna go to like, I don't know, bro. Like a lot of shit went through my head. I was just confused and shit. Atreus buries Fenrir. Kratos, he goes to sleep and he has a dream about Faye. He dreams about Faye. And when I saw Faye, I was like, bro, like that's a big thing about 2018 is that Faye. You never saw her in the game. So I was like wondering, how the fuck does Faye look like, bro? Like I actually I thought Faye was gonna be black. No, I actually thought Faye was gonna be black. I thought she was gonna be black. I
never thought of it.
Because Angrboda is black. So I thought the Giants were gonna be black. Yeah, so I thought because you see Angrboda before the game came out, like they had like promotional art and stuff of her. So I was like, oh, so Faye's gonna be black. And when I saw this woman with red hair, I was like, okay, that's fine, that's cool. And I saw Kratos interacting with her, and I was like, how the fuck did she fall in love with this nigga? Like,
because she's like the dominant one in that relationship. Like
she runs that shit. Like she really she tells Kratos what to do, and he listens. That's weird because it's weird to me because the Kratos I know, he listens to no one. He does whatever the hell he wants, like especially the younger Kratos. And the fact that he was softened, he's softened so much, bro. Remember in God of War 1, what he wanted to do was murder everyone, bro. He was just killing civilians. Like there's some puzzles that he killed the boat captain. He killed him. He killed some chick. Like he didn't care.
And you had to push this guy in a cage. Like you had to push him into the fire.
And the fire. It's that he didn't care about nothing. But no, you see Kratos. He's softened. Like you could tell he listens to her. Like you could tell he really cares about her. Is that he's just like he doesn't know how to express himself. And the whole theme of this game is Kratos learning to open up and trust in people, right? And
yeah, like in the end. at the end. And because usually in 2018, he's like, "Oh, close your heart to the prophecies
close your
and like
heart
don't
to
think
it.
about it."
Yeah,
Yeah.
close your heart to it. Like, don't emotions are bad.
And at the end of the game, he's like, nah, open your heart to it."
Yeah,
Like he changes his mind.
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Faye is basically telling Kratos that soften up, man. Like talk to your kid when they're on the boat ride later on in the game. They're on the boat. She's saying, "You got something to say to your son? Like say something, bro." And she's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, like he just needs to." She's telling him to open up. He wakes up and he's looking for Atreus.
He wakes up because she put like she starts talking like, "Oh, we don't got much time left," and she puts like the paint on his head.
I got a theory about the whole paint thing. Her putting the paint on him because she put the palm, like that yellow paint on his head, and he wakes up, right? Then later on, another vision, she put a little bit of the paint on his nose, and he's trying to like rub it off, right?
Yeah.
So I have a theory about that. I'm gonna skip all the way to that. Like you saw at the very end where we'll get to it. We'll get to that. So yeah, he wakes up and he's looking for Atreus, and Atreus is gone. So
they never explain why she was putting the paint on the trees.
The protection stave.
But didn't they cut those trees down to make her funeral pyre?
Yeah, that's fine. But Atreus put it back, like to protect them from Freya.
Oh.
Yeah, cause Freya is hunting them. So Kratos go looking for Atreus. I like the fact that every realm in this game, the enemies in each realm, they make sense. Like you don't have dark elves in Midgard, like in 2018. Like
yeah,
the raiders in Midgard. You have the elves in Alfheim.
No, yes, yeah, Alfheim.
Alfheim, those little frogs that spit in Spellfire.
Yeah, something like that.
And Spellfire. I'm terrible at these names. It makes sense, bro. Everything makes sense. You fighting through these guys, and Kratos, all of a sudden, he's fighting this big ass bear. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like he's fighting the bear. That's what's up. Do you like the bear?
It was kind of unexpected too. Like the Ren.
Yeah, huh? you like the fight, the bear fight?
When Atreus turns into a bear.
Yeah, when he turns to a bear, like he fights a bear in the beginning.
Oh yeah. I was wondering where the bear came from, like like what it was.
It's a cool bear fight, and you beat his ass, and you see Atreus transform into a bear. I'm like, oh, that shit caught me off guard. I was like, damn, bro, I forgot that Atreus could actually transform. You forget that he's Loki, and he developed some powers and shit. After that, to me, one of the best parts of this game is when they go back to the house, and again, you played 2018, and when you beat the game, you went back home, right? And they go to sleep, and they have the vision of Thor, right?
Yeah, I remember.
He goes to sleep, and you're like, oh man, here we go. Like it's the exact same scene, bro. The exact same thing, like same framing and everything. And and that shit caught me off guard because I'm like, oh shit's about to go down. Kratos and Thor.
He's like, oh no, I just want to talk.
This nigga said, "Can I come in? I got some mead." And I was like, "I'm dead, bro." Like, I'm like Thor. I was thinking like, there's no way.
I thought they were gonna fight on the spot.
Yeah, I thought it was on site. I was thinking like, there's no way they're gonna make Thor like a sympathetic. I mean, they kind of made him sympathetic, to be honest. Like a reasonable guy. You know what I mean? He just wants to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So he lets him in, and the fact that when Kratos let him in the house, the first thing I said was cap. Like,
I mean, Kratos is kind of too careful for that.
Yeah, he is too. He's careful about everything. Like, he's just gonna let Thor, and he know who Thor is. Like, all 2018 you hear is Thor killed all these giants, and I'm like, okay, so Kratos gonna be like, no, just get it, let's get to the fighting. But nah, he lets him in. He sits down. He pours him a drink. Then you hear a knock on the door. And you see Odin walks in, right? Odin walks in. I'm like, bro, I was not expecting Odin to be this guy. Bro, when Odin walked in, I was expecting like a big dude, like okay, obviously, because in 2018 they said that Odin is like, he's more like methodical, like he uses his mind. He's not a physical guy like Thor. Like, so I was thinking like, okay, he's not gonna be as big as Thor, but he's gonna have some presence to him, right? And when he walks in, I'm like, okay, like I thought he was gonna look
he was nowhere near what I expected.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be like, it's weird for some reason. I thought he was gonna be like Odin from Marvel, like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Not like that, but I thought he was gonna have some long ass hair, this cool eye patch. Like,
yeah, like they made him act like a regular dude sometimes too. Like he acting like I don't know. It's just that he doesn't feel like he has the presence.
Yo, No, he has a presence. Like his thing is that, like I told you a little earlier, it's gonna remind me of the Grandmaster from Marvel. Like he acted like Jeff Goldblum, bro. Like
He did.
this guy was like, he was mad chilled. He was like, he walks in, he's like, all right, he's like, okay, I understand you killed Magni and Modi. They were trash. Like he even said it like, yo, they're nothing, whatever. And
Yeah.
Thor's like, because that's their son, that's his sons. And he's like, okay, that's nothing, that's fine. You killed them. They were trouble anyways. And he's like, but Balder, you killed Balder. Like, now that's a different thing. Like, but he's like, I want peace.
Uh-huh.
He's like, yo, I want peace. I don't want this war. I don't want the Ragnarok to happen. And I'm like, okay. Like, and the thing is that the way I'm saying is like, he's saying it like with all this like charisma and like he sounds like, you know what's crazy? He sounds like a modern guy in
Yeah,
like
he does.
in Norse mythology. Like he has like this swag to him. Like, oh, okay, I get it. That's fine. Like, you know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
he tell Kratos, "Oh, I want peace. Do you agree to my terms that the kid stops looking for Tyr, and you stay home, you retire, and we're all good?" And Kratos like, "No." I'm like, all right, but I'm like, yeah, this is the Kratos I'm talking about. Kratos ain't gonna listen to these niggas, bro. Like, it's Kratos. So
Yeah.
what I like about Odin is that he wasn't like, "Are you sure about this? You want to
Uh-huh.
reconsider? You want to reconsider?" He was like, he was like, when he said no, he was like, okay. He walked to Thor and was like, "Don't take too long." Thor, he's wasting no time, bro. You could tell he was fiending to beat his ass. Like he was fiending to
Yep.
he was waiting to beat Kratos' ass, bro. He was just hold like he was like controlling himself for Odin and shit. First thing he do,
Frozen. Yeah. Yeah.
he beat his ass. He threw Mjolnir to his face. They go flying to the other to the other side of
The
Midgard.
temple, right?
Yeah, to the temple. They go to Tyr's temple. All right, I want to hear your thoughts about the Thor fight. You like it?
I played that Thor fight. It was I don't know, it was different. It
I
was so well
I
choreographed.
I thought it was better.
And
My bad. I'm talking over. I thought it was better than the Balder fight.
yeah, it
And the
definitely was.
and the
'Cause
Balder fight was
you
great.
see, yeah, it was. And you see, like, I like how they made you see how equally matched the axe and Mjolnir are.
The thing that I like about it was that Thor is talking shit to him. Thor is like, "Listen, you're nothing without this axe. You try calling for, if you I don't know if you tried it, but if you hit triangle, try calling for the axe,
Mhm.
it doesn't come to you." And Thor's like, "Oh, you need the axe? Like, do you need this axe to fight me?" Like, he's talking shit to him, bro. Like,
Yeah,
and
he's like, "Oh, you're not how you were before. I need to see the
yeah,
real you and stuff like
yeah, he's
that."
like,
Like,
I want to see the real God of War. Like it's crazy that they know who Kratos is. Like they know who he is. Like he knows he kills
yeah,
he kills
it's like they're not
pantheons.
even afraid of him sometimes.
Yeah, they're not afraid of him. Like they know he destroyed the Greek pantheon. They know all this shit. But he's like, and Kratos like, "Do you know who I am?" He's like, and Thor is like, "Yeah, you're that God of War, right?" Like he just brushed him off. Like this nigga know he can't fuck with him.
Yep.
Then you get to use the Leviathan axe, and he start using Mjolnir. The clash. Before we get to the clash, before we get to the clash, you spoiled me on this, bro. You spoiled me on the fact that when Thor just one shots you with Mjolnir, bro, he literally one
Mhm.
shots you. He one shots him, but he kills. Now he don't. I don't think he kills him. I don't think he killed him. He just
Like knocks him out.
he not even that. Yeah, he knocked him out, and he stopped his heart, like how hard he hit him. But I don't think he was dead. Like
Yeah, I don't think it's dead
at
either.
that Thor is like, no, 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 no. Yeah, you go when I say you go. And he revives him,
He
bro.
said, "I say when we're done."
But
Like,
he
nah,
said,
it's crazy.
bro, I'm like, damn. I'm like, Thor's that nigga, bro. He's that nigga, bro. Like I try hating him, bro. But he's one of my favorite characters in this whole game.
Yeah, I couldn't hate him either.
He was well written, like he was menacing, like, and he was sympathetic. Then they clash with Mjolnir and the Leviathan axe, and you see the I don't know if you knew
The
what
lightning get frozen.
yeah, I don't know if you knew what it was. Like at first I thought it was because when they clash, Thor says, "Oh, this seems familiar," and I was like, I don't get it. Why he said that? Like the whole time I'm thinking to myself, why he said that? And I thought it had something to do
Mhm.
with I thought it had something to do with the World Tree, because you know how Thor is supposed to defeat Jormungandr in Ragnarok and send him back in time, right?
Yeah,
So I thought because he splintered the World Tree, that's why he gets sent back in time. So I'm like, that makes no sense because Thor is right here. Like the Ragnarok hasn't started. But I don't know if you played the side quest. Did you play side quest?
I played some of them, but I'm not done with them yet.
Okay, so there's a side quest in Vanaheim, right? Where it opens up when you rescue Freyr, right?
Yeah.
The dog tells you, like the little dog, he's like, oh, he smells like trouble. Not trouble, but the dog senses that, that big brolic dude with the sword that was part of Freyr's camp. He sacrificed himself, right? So
Yeah, and then like Kurt was like, "Oh, he's not dead."
yeah, he survived. He actually survived. Spoiler if you haven't, all that, but he actually survives. So this is a side quest that you have to go save him, and this whole area opens up. This whole area like completely open. Vanaheim is so big, bro. Like the map is huge, and there's so many great missions, side missions there. You go through the open area, you go through the new area, and there's the same lightning bolt, frozen, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So I get it why he said it. But while you're playing the side missions, you're doing the missions for the ghost. And the ghosts say that
Faye.
Kratos' wife Faye actually fought on Thor. And they did the exact same clash. And they froze the lightning bolt. That's why he was like, oh, this is familiar. So I was like, yo,
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I'm like, this shit is genius, bro. This game is amazing. Like when I saw that, I was like, this shit is awesome. Like a callback to that, like you're like, oh, what's that? Like, but then when you play the game, you realize what it actually means. Like, that was perfectly done. Let's talk about the characters. Let's talk about Thor already. We both love Thor. Like, Thor was amazing.
Yeah,
Odin,
he's an amazing character.
we spoke about Odin. I think Odin was yeah.
I want to speak a little bit more about Odin.
All right, talk about Odin. Talk about Odin.
I think I don't really like how they did his character. I think Odin should, when he talk, he should be talking way less. Like his words should have so much meaning that he doesn't have to talk so much. And just not being mad friendly, especially to Atreus. He's being mad friendly.
The way I saw this was in 2018, they explained that Odin, he's a manipulator, he's a liar. So there's a great line in this game when Mimir says, Mimir sees Odin, he tells you, if he tells you that snow is white, he's lying. That shit was
Lying.
That makes perfect sense. Odin, he's a liar. Like this, Odin.
Yeah.
The fact that to me, it was all a facade. Everything he was doing was a facade. Like all the thing that he cared about Atreus, it's all bullshit. Like it's bullshit. And the thing is that he's intelligent. You can tell Odin is super intelligent. When the part where Heimdall is telling he's like, oh, All Father, he's trying to betray you, he's trying to play you. And he's like, yo, of course he's gonna betray me. He's intelligent. And what I like about Odin is that he's the All Father. He wants to have, like, he's a fucked up fatherly figure. He wants everything under control, his control. So when he goes around, when Atreus get there, he's like walking around with Atreus. He's telling everyone what to do. He's like, yo, do this, do that. He wants full control of everything. And I think it fits his character perfectly well. The fact that he's like this super charismatic dude that everyone listens to, because again, the most charismatic people, look at Manson.
Oh, Charles Manson?
Yeah, look at Charles Manson, right? He never killed anyone. His followers killed people for him because he's a super charismatic guy. So I thought that Odin was perfectly done because he's a super charismatic dude that everyone listens to. So it makes sense that he's super charismatic. He's not like this big serious guy that's like Thor. Like, you feel me?
I see that.
It caught me off guard in the beginning because I wasn't expecting him to be like that. I thought he was gonna be like
I
this.
wasn't either.
I thought he was gonna be this huge asshole, bro. That no one, like, again, all these stories 2018 is that Odin is this, Odin is that. So I thought Odin was gonna be a pure asshole, bro. Like, but the biggest asshole in this game, you know who it is, right? Who you think was the biggest asshole in this game? It's super clear who it was, bro. I hated this nigga. I couldn't stand his ass. Like, go ahead, bro. Who you think?
Heimdall. It was Heimdall.
It's Heimdall. Yo. Bro,
Yeah, it definitely was Heimdall.
this nigga, yo, Heimdall's an asshole, bro. I couldn't stand this dude.
Yeah.
Bro,
He was mad snarky.
he's
Like,
smart. Yeah, you know what it is? Like, he knows he can't be touched. He has the foresight and he can read people's minds. So he knows what's going through your head. Like when Thor stepped up to him, he's like, what are you gonna do? Like,
what you gonna do about it?
Yeah, he's so cocky. When Kratos strangled this nigga, I was like, let's fucking go. I was
Like when you first hit him, I'm like,
No,
First, I was like, yo, how did he do that? Like, I'm thinking, how did Kratos hit him? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no, I
But
get
I
it.
remember there was like, oh, the spear is supposed to like overload his senses, something like that,
Exactly,
right? Like,
exactly, yes, exactly. When Kratos violated him, bro, I was so happy. I was like, this guy deserves it.
yeah, I was.
He deserves to get his like he deserves to die. Like I understand Kratos was like, oh, he doesn't want to kill anymore. He's tired of being other people's monster, and he don't want no problems with no one. Basically, he just want to stay home with his son and
Protect Atreus.
and protect his son. That's all he wants. He's done killing gods. But Kratos said, "Fuck it." He's like, "Fuck it. This nigga has to die." Like,
Yeah,
I'm tired of this guy. He has to die, bro. But the thing is that I hated him, but I liked him. I like his character.
yeah, he was a good character.
He was a great character. Like he reminded me of Boulder for some reason. He was like Boulder, but a bigger asshole. You know how Boulder was talking mad shit when he fought? He was just talking shit the whole time. Boulder's like, oh, this is all you got?
Like that, because they both know that it's super hard to kill him.
I just thought he was great. Like, and his character design, I actually like it. I was on Reddit and I was seeing like I was on the God of War subreddit and people was talking about how they were disappointed. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what the fuck? You want him to be this massive ass dude like Thor, bro? Everyone has to have their own characteristics.
When I saw him though, I wasn't really too surprised because I didn't really have a solid vision of what he was gonna look like. I just knew he was gonna be in the game, and I knew he was probably gonna be cocky because he could see everything.
Everyone was complaining about Heimdall's appearance. Like, who's this guy? He's too young. Like, I get it.
They're expecting MCU
They're
Heimdall.
expecting Heimdall to be this big brolic black dude, like in MCU, like in the MCU, bro. Like, nah. In the Norse mythology, Heimdall is like that. He literally looks like that. In Norse mythology, Thor looks like that. He's fat. He has red hair. Odin is exactly how he looks in this game. That's how he looks in Norse mythology. Same thing with Heimdall. I ain't see no problem with it. I had no problem with Heimdall. I thought his look was perfectly fine.
But right after Atreus sets that dog loose.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? The wolf?
Yeah, I know about the
and you go back, and Heimdall's like, I have a lot to discuss with the Allfather. If you go back and you try to listen into their conversation, Odin says, oh, I know you're here, Atreus. I'll be with you in a second. Like, it really shows you how much Odin can see. The fact that, like how many eyes he has around, the fact that he noticed Atreus there before Heimdall did.
I didn't realize that. For real?
Yeah, like at certain parts, you know, since Atreus was supposed to be kind of like a spy, you can then on people's conversations.
Yeah, I know you can hear some conversation. Oh, okay. So there's one for Heimdall and
so like if you go back and you try to listen in, Odin says, nah. He stops talking. He says, oh, I know you're there.
Oh, wow, that's crazy, for real. That's crazy. I didn't know that. The thing about Heimdall too is that, again, he's a major asshole. He was beating on Thor's daughter. Like he doesn't care, bro. Like, how you gonna beat up on Thor's daughter? Anyone that does that, you know you're dead because Thor's gonna violate you. Like,
he wasn't scared of Thor. Like, the only person that he actually seemed to
is Odin.
He
respects it. Now he respects it. Is that he's a true believer. That's what everyone says in the game.
Odin, yeah.
He's a true believer. Like, since Kratos killed Heimdall, Odin's gonna want revenge for that. That was his right hand, basically his left hand man. Because not his right hand man is Thor, but that was his left hand man. Like,
when I saw him, like, for the first time, like when you're climbing the wall as Atreus.
All right, well, before you say that, when you first playing as Atreus and you get to Asgard, would you expect Asgard to look like that? Was that like your thought of like Asgard was gonna look like?
The wall itself, I expected it to be something like that, like a wall. Were you talking about when you see the realm or like the town itself?
Just okay. So when you get to the realm and you walk around, when you turn that corner to see the wall, I was expecting something else. Like, I like it, I get it, I understand it. The wall is fine. I knew there was gonna be a wall. I didn't know it was gonna be that high. I was like, God damn! When I saw it, I was like, that shit is high. And
I thought it was gonna be like straight up, just like rigid. I didn't know it was gonna be like a mountain.
Yeah, it's a mountain. Like, it's a literal mountain. The fact
that Atreus climbed it in the first place, like that's something that I like. Not that I don't like that. It was a little weird.
No, I liked it. I liked it.
Because you know that guy, the new Midgard, whatever his name was, the kid,
Yeah,
he
the
was like,
kid.
"Oh, nobody's, you know how hard it is to climb this wall." And
Yeah, no
Atreus is
gear.
like, "Oh, I bet," and he literally just climbs up it, and the whole time he's like, "Yo, I'm tired. I feel like my hands is gonna slip,"
Yeah,
but
but
you don't really see him slipping.
I mean, you see him slip a few. Oh, not he slipped once, and it's because like I think a rock got loose.
It fell.
Yeah, it fell.
Yeah,
But I don't know. The way I saw it is that the way I saw it was Atreus is a god. Yes, endurance. Like he has the endurance, and Kratos has been training him for years. So
yeah, that's true.
he's a master climber now. Like so, I had no problem
Yeah,
with
because
it.
in the first game, he could barely do anything by himself.
Yeah,
That's something I loved about this game.
yeah, he's independent. Like you can tell he could handle himself. That's what Kratos
The
said.
fact that he had a whole part, like you could play as him, and even that in general, like his play style, it
Yo,
was so good. It wasn't even just like he was just another part of the game that they just made. It's like they actually put time into his character, into
yo,
his move set.
this is what I gotta say. This is how you make a secondary playable character because you know how
Yeah, it is. That's
in
a great example.
in certain games like Metal Gear Solid 2 and then I'm sorry, I know you like it. The Last of Us Part 2, when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out and they put Raiden as the main character, everyone was bitching. No one, everyone wanted to play a Solid Snake. And they was like, even though they
Mm.
play exactly the same, everyone still was like, "Oh, it's the main character. You're gonna get rid of the main character for a side character." And then The Last of Us 2, I hated Abby, bro. I'm sorry,
I mean,
Abby. I hate her ass. Like I hated playing
the
as her.
thing is, I didn't play when I was playing as Abby. I didn't even think about her having a different play style. I played her the same way I would play Ellie. The only difference was that
Yeah, but
Abby,
that's a
for me, Ellie had the sniper scope, so it would be easier to like shoot
yeah,
from
but
far.
it's not even, bro. It's not even that. That's the thing. It's not that. It's not the play. To me, it's not even about the play. The play style is kind of annoying to be honest to me. But the fact that even with writing and Abby, it's the fact that you don't spend time with these. You don't know these people, bro. You don't know them. You just met
Uh,
these people in that game. You've been with Atreus for 40 hours last game. Like you know what, like you know Atreus, right? You know who he
yeah,
is.
that's true.
You spent all these hours with Atreus. So
You know how good that the fighting style with Trace was so good that I was thinking,
it was
yo, they
amazing.
could deadass make this game a co-op. Like they could make this game a two-player game.
Yo, really? I know. I actually didn't think about that, but you could.
I would play as a Trace over like I would really play as a Trace.
Yo, I enjoy Atreus. Yo, he's so yo, bro. Kratos a powerhouse. You know, Kratos a powerhouse. He's the power. Atreus is so fast, and yo, bro. Like I was steamrolling through the enemies because Atreus is so fast. Like they couldn't.
Yeah, he was just mad fast.
I
He
couldn't get
has
touched.
ranged attack.
Yeah, I couldn't get touched. Like I was so fast with Atreus. Like you so used to play with Kratos, he's a little slower. With Atreus, bro, no one was touching
Mhm.
me. No one could touch me, bro.
And his rage where he could transform.
And so whoop. That's no. He's perfect. This is how you make a secondary playable character, bro. This is the blueprint. You just look at
Like
God of War
Spider-Man
Ragnarok.
2.
Yeah. Okay. They did that. Okay. I like Miles Morales because he's literally Spider Man. But the
Yeah,
thing he
he
has
is more like
he has
and
the
stuff.
electricity. He can turn invisible. That's how
And
you
he's more
do.
like swag and
But
stuff.
again, where did Miles Morales debut? Miles Morales debuted in the Spider-Man game. He was in the Spider.
Oh,
We spent time with Miles Morales. We actually played as Miles Morales. Like we had that emotional attachment to Miles Morales. Like so when you actually use Miles Morales, nigga, you're all in, right?
mhm.
So same with Atreus, bro. Atreus perfect. I love his game style. This is how you do it. Like you don't play in Last of Us Part 2. You play as Ellie at one half, you play as Abby the other half. That's stupid. You go back and forth, back and forth. That's how you should like the way they did it was perfect to me. You go back and forth between Kratos. In that way you can't get if you don't like Atreus' fighting style, you go back to Kratos. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
you don't get bored. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like it's perfectly done. I love playing as Atreus. But yeah, what we were saying about okay, we were talking about Asgard, right? So yeah,
mhm.
Atreus climbs the wall. He sees Heimdall, and Heimdall agrees to pull you up because he was threatening to drop you.
I didn't think that was Heim though. Like, I just thought it was a
I,
random
I
dude.
knew it was Heimdall. You know why? Because the first thing that gave it away was his eyes. I thought of Marvel, like, you know, Heimdall sees everything, right? So I thought, oh, his eyes, that's definitely Heimdall and shit. Then when
Yeah, like
Heimdall,
after a few seconds, yeah, when I thought about it, but I'm saying like first impression, I thought it was just literally a random dude.
then you see Heimdall like moves a little bit, then you see the horn. I was like, that's Heimdall. That's definitely Heimdall. You guys go down to Asgard. What do you thought about Asgard, like as a town? Do you like the aesthetics of
I
it?
thought it was gonna be like more grand, you
Like
know what I
a
mean? Like more
castle, like
gold.
Marvel, like Marvel.
Yeah, like I was expecting Marvel, but it's literally like a Viking village. That's
Yeah,
what it looks like.
it's a town. You like it? You like it though?
No, I liked it. I just didn't expect it.
I like it. You know why? I like it because again, is go everyone's expectation is Marvel, Marvel, Marvel. It's gonna be a big ass. Even you know, yo, this game is so meta, bro. This is the most meta God of War ever. Heimdall says, "Oh, what were you expecting? A huge castle?" Like,
Yeah, I thought he was talking to us. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like, yo, if it's true what he says. He says, if you have true power, you don't flaunt it. I'm like that. I love it. I love that, bro. Like,
that's kind of hypocritical for him though. Like,
you're right. You're right.
he's always flaunting his power.
You're right. You're right. But it's true. Like if you have true power, you don't flaunt it with a huge castle. The only thing I didn't like about Asgard was the fact that there weren't people in Asgard, bro. You saw like two people in it. The
The dead
warriors,
people.
the warriors from Valhalla. You see, and the Valkyries. Like I was like, I want to see
Yeah.
more people in it. You know what I mean? But that's fine. Like those people from Midgard there, so it's whatever. Did we talk about Kratos?
We can talk about like how Kratos changed.
Yeah, let's talk about Kratos a little bit. His arc. I know some people aren't going to like this, but if you end Kratos' story right here, it's perfect to me.
Yeah, that's true. Because he go in the beginning, like in the first three games, he's a rage monster. He wants to kill everyone. He doesn't
Yeah,
care about nothing. All he
yeah,
cares about is getting his goal done and killing
yeah,
all of the gods.
yeah. He
And
doesn't.
then 2018, you see him a little bit more. Like he's a little softer. He's not trying to kill that many people. He's trying to basically stay to himself. Takes his own things. So you stay where Atreus. That's it. If
Yeah,
somebody threatens him, then he'll kill him. But he'll have what's the word? Sympathy for them.
yeah,
In this game, he takes it to another level. It's like, oh, I don't want to kill anyone at all. I want to
yeah.
stop. I want to stop
Yo,
war. It's like literally like, oh, I'm not that person no more. I don't want to commit no wars. I don't want to kill no
exactly.
one.
Exactly, man. I loved Kratos his story arc. He's just like I just want to be left alone. I know the prophecy says I'm going to die. I want to train my son so he could grow up to be the man. He even
Live
says it.
without me. Yeah.
Yeah, he even says it a few times. I want you to be better than me to his son. He said because okay, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a part where they're on the dogs, right? The sled, right?
Mhm.
And it's like a little conversation. Atreus asks Kratos, "So when I get older, am I gonna look like you?" He's like, "What do you
Yeah,
mean?"
he's like, nah. He's because he said, "Oh, am I gonna have your beard?"
Yeah, he's like, yeah, okay, that's one. That's one thing. He's like, "I'm gonna have your beard," and that's another one. He's like, "Am I gonna get your muscles?" He's and Kratos is like, my strength doesn't come from my muscles. It comes from me. Like I'm a god. That's his thing. It comes from him. Like you don't have to be again. You don't have to be built strong like a tank to be strong. He said, and
Hey,
and
we know 'cause, that Odin fight was soon.
yeah, and Mimir tells him if you want to look like your dad, you better start lifting heavy stuff, like for him to actually work out. And Atreus like, ah, damn. Kratos just says, listen, if you don't become better than me, I failed you as a father. Like he says, I failed you. So Kratos wants his son to be better than him. Like all he wants is to protect his son. Like he want no he want nothing to do. He want nothing to do with finding Tyr. He want nothing. He want none of that. He's gonna be left alone and shit. And
And like Mimir had to tell him. Mimir was like, "Oh, if you don't let him walk, he's gonna walk away from you."
exactly,
And you could tell that Kratos, the only thing he cares about is Atreus, is his son. That's the only thing he cares about.
and,
That's why he lets him go, and he lets him go to Asgard. Like
yeah.
after he tells him, "Yo, I'm going to Asgard," he's like,
Yeah.
"All right, but be careful."
But I think it was Amir that said that. Oh, probably Freya. He said that. Listen, you probably don't have a lot of time with your son left. Like if he's passionate,
It's Freya.
if he's passionate about this, like see it through with him. Even Kratos even said it. Kratos said it himself. he doesn't believe this wild goose chase that he's on. He doesn't believe in it. He's just doing it for his son.
Mhm.
He's doing it for him because he's so passionate about this.
You
So
can tell Kratos is the one who keeps the group like level headed. He's the one who keeps them like I don't know, like focused. Because if you listen to Atreus throughout the game, he's always talking about, oh, why? What if war is inevitable? What if we can't stop this war? It's like
yeah,
he wants to go into the war,
he
like he
wants to,
wants it
yeah.
to happen.
Kratos, you know, I like his story arc in this game too. Is the fact that again in the beginning he doesn't want nothing to do with this war. I don't want to do this. Like they're forcing me into this war and shit. And at the very end, when Freya asks him, "I want you to be my general," he's like, "Can I?" He's like, "You'll sleep on it." He realizes that he has to be the general for this. Like no one else is like, this is his
As
moment.
experience,
Yeah,
yeah, like he's
yeah. We actually saw the general Kratos. Like I love this shit. So you know the mural is like, the champion. The champion is everyone throws Atreus. I was like, no,
huh?
I never believed that. I'm like, the champion is Kratos. Kratos is the one.
Yeah, it was kind of like foreshadowed. You
Yeah,
can see that it was probably Kratos.
and everyone's like, oh, it's probably Tyr. It's probably Atreus.
Yeah.
It's most likely Atreus. I'm like, it's Kratos, bro. It has to be Kratos because Tyr. I'm gonna get to Tyr a little bit. That nigga pissed me off. Tyr's been a little. Obviously, he wasn't who he said he was, but he's acting like a
Mhm.
little bitch. He was acting like a little bitch, talking about, oh, I don't want to fight no more. Like, okay, I understand. Kratos say he doesn't want to
Yeah,
fight. Kratos says he doesn't want to fight no more, but Kratos will
but he'll
beat.
actually do
He
it.
will beat your ass if he's in trouble. Like he will violate you.
Hey, I was so mad when the first thing that happens when you walk outside, you get into a fight,
This
and then look at here, he crawls into
nigga
a
runs
ball on the
away.
floor.
Oh my god, bro! And you know what's crazy? I was like, okay, when you first the first fight, I was like, okay, he ran away. I get it. He's probably delusional. He's been locked up for hundreds of years. I get it. He's probably, you know, I get it. It messes with your head a little bit. That's fine. But the fact that he kept doing that shit, I'm like, bro, like, do
And he has he's not giant strength. Well, he's
he's
not a giant, right?
he's a giant. No, he's not a giant. But he says
Oh yeah,
he's not a giant. He says, is he a giant? No, he's not a giant. He says Guardian. He has the same strength and everything as Guardian. Like he has super strength. He has all this shit. He's the god
yeah,
of
yeah. Because
war.
you can see him. He's like, oh, yo, let me help you with this. Like he'll pick up. He can jump mad high
Yeah,
too.
he's
Like I'm part of the game. I don't really understand. He can jump across a ledge. Why can't Kratos do it?
no,
That's what
yeah,
I'm thinking.
that's a game. It's a game. It's a game. I thought about it a few times, but it's a game, bro. But again,
Yeah.
tier. But when Atreus gets back to Sindri's house and is being attacked by all these the groggers, whatever the undead, whatever,
Uh-huh.
and this nigga is hiding inside the house. And then he comes at the very end with a fucking shield. I'm like, bro, I thought it was Tyr though. Obviously it wasn't Tyr, but I'm like, this nigga was pissing me
Yeah, I
off.
thought it was pretty
He
cool.
was pissing me off, bro. And the fact that he has all these abilities, he's the god of war. He knows how to fight. He knows how to do everything.
Uh-huh.
He knows how to do everything. He just is being a little
He's like
bitch.
a pacifist. Like
He's a
he's become a
pacifist. He's a
pacifist.
pacifist, bro. Let's get back to Kratos. General Kratos, you got General Kratos. He's the champion. You get the drop near spear. I'm probably pushing it. When you get the drop near spear, I'm like, he's a champion. I said he's a champion because in every mural you see is the champion with a spear, and every mural is him with a spear. And I'm like, bro, it's
Uh-huh.
Kratos. It has to be. At the end of the day, this is Kratos' game. You play as Atreus. You can say it's both their games, but this is Kratos' game. This is his game.
Hey, most of the time you're spending with Kratos,
Like,
especially because after the game, Atreus isn't even really there.
he isn't even there anymore. Kratos freaking leads, bro. Let's just get into it since we're talking about Kratos. He leads everyone into Ragnarok. Like, bro, that
Yeah,
moment.
the whole time he's trying to avoid it, and then he embraces
Yeah,
that it's gonna happen. Like
he says it. He says it. He says it. Fuck it, bro. If this is inevitable, let's get it. I'm gonna put my foot down, and I'm gonna show
And
you.
then the thing is, he wasn't scared of his death. Like he
No.
said it. He said it so many times. He said, "If the time I die is when death deserves me." That's what he said.
Yes, bro. He said he says death can have me. Bro, that's the most badass line ever, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was fire. Like, he's not afraid to die. Like, and can you even kill Kratos? I don't even think he could die, to be honest. But like,
I mean, I died a few times.
I died once during the story, and it was because I was fighting the Valkyries, the 2-on-2.
Yeah,
That's the most badass part in the game. I ain't gonna lie. The 2-on-2 Valkyrie fight. All right, we're jumping everyone. Anyways, but yeah, Kratos leads everyone into Ragnarok. Like, and Kratos, I love it. Kratos like, Atreus and you go over here. You and you go over here. You and you do this. Like
he knew what was what everybody needs to be, what they need to be doing.
Exactly. You can see his true leadership. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm like, yo, this shit is so good, bro. What do you thought about Freya? Like her changing her mind. Like, you thought it was like too quick. Like, you think they dropped her
No,
time?
it definitely wasn't too quick. She changed her mind. That was like 3 hours before the game was done, something like that.
The way I saw it was that obviously Freya wants to get revenge for Kratos killing her son, right? Obviously, but you could tell that deep down she still cares about them a little bit. Like, even she cares about Atreus a lot. You could tell she could have killed him earlier in the game if she wanted to. When Atreus went to go see her, when they were in Vanaheim, and Kratos' companion was Freya, and he was telling him the stories about his wife and his daughter and his brother Deimos, and how they died, and she could relate to everything because she thought that Kratos was just this ruthless ass dude, and she's like, oh, have you ever, she was like, how do you know, like, what do you know about losing a son or a child?
Yeah, because she thought Kratos had no, like, almost like he had no family, he had no experience with this. But like, when she actually heard Kratos' experiences, and she heard that he had I don't know if Kratos ever mentioned it to anyone why his skin was white.
No, he never explained it to no one. He keeps it to himself. Does Atreus even know that Kratos had a family? I don't even know, bro. Does he know?
I know Kratos did tell Atreus about why his name was Atreus. I don't really remember anything about Kratos telling him
about his family. Yeah, like,
I don't really remember that.
I don't think Atreus actually knows that Kratos had a wife and a daughter, and how he slaughtered them, and how he had to leave her twice.
Freya knows, but
Freya's like, oh, so Freya was like thinking like, oh man, this guy's been through some shit. That's what helped her understand, like that he understands what she's going through. So, and then the fact that Kratos put his life on the line for her, like to
save her,
to free her and stuff like that. She could have killed him. No, I don't think she could have killed him. There's no way I don't think she could kill him.
Yeah, I mean, she had a chance to like come at him though. Like, when Kratos was like, she like, okay, not at the end, but after Freya and Kratos defeat that monster that's protecting the spell.
Yeah, the rift.
Yeah, the rift monster. And Kratos is like, oh, well, what are you gonna do now? And she's like, oh, I don't know, I could kill you. And Kratos, he puts away his axe, and he says, oh, make your decision. Like, go ahead.
There's a part where she gets on the boat in Vanaheim, right? And she tells Kratos, you know, I could have killed you, right? And Kratos said, nah. Kratos like, I don't think so. Kratos was like, he was put in a tough spot because he doesn't want to kill her, but he doesn't want to die. So he said that if it came to it, I think Kratos would have killed her.
Yeah, I think so too.
Kratos said he owes Freya a debt. Like, he owes her for saving Atreus. That's why he didn't want to kill her, but he doesn't want to die either. So he's going to defend himself. I don't think Freya could kill him though, to be honest. Let's talk about the Odin twist. All right.
Oh yeah. So when Brock,
we gotta talk
when Brock was like, oh, you're acting weird. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I get he's kind of acting a little weird. That's true. But when he stabs him, I'm like, what?
Yo,
I thought it was Tyr, but I thought he was just going crazy.
Yo, when Brock was like, I was like, why is Brock going crazy? Like, why is Brock like accusing this guy like that? And he's like, then he says, what's up when you calling him Loki all the time? Like, what's up when you calling him Loki?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And I was like, it didn't click to me. It didn't click to me after what happened, after he transformed to Odin. Tyr always called him Atreus. Like, he calls him Atreus. And then he called him Loki. That's what Odin calls him, Loki. Brock is like accusing him of all this shit, and he stabs him. I just thought Tyr lost his mind. I swear to God, it never crossed my mind that he was Odin. I'm like, this guy lost it. Like, he completely just snapped. Like, and especially he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna pick up he's like, I'm gonna pick up my spear one more time, and I'm ready to go and lead you guys to Ragnarok." I'm like, this guy's probably lost his mind. Like, this nigga, he doesn't know what he wants. Like, he's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what's going through his head. And he stabs him, bro. When he transforms back into Odin, bro, my jaw was on the ground. I was like, no
Yeah,
way.
I was baffled. I'm like, yo, because Tyr was never you couldn't compare him to Odin. There were nothing
There
alike.
was nothing. There were
Nothing like Odin
nothing
did so
alike.
well hiding.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that every time you walk into Sindri's house, right? Every time Tyr comes out, right? You see Tyr, he comes out of that little closet, the room closet.
Yup.
He comes out of there by himself all the time. Sometimes you walk into Sindri's house and you don't see Tyr anywhere. Like, you literally don't see him anywhere. Like,
I
everyone
would
is,
just brush it off.
yeah, I will brush it off. Like, I'm like, okay, Tyr's probably in his little closet, whatever. Like, but everyone is there. You see everyone there, but Tyr isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think nothing of it, bro. And it makes fucking
You know what's
perfect.
crazy? Even after Odin revealed himself to be Tyr, I thought it was just that moment. I thought Tyr was always Tyr, just until Odin tried to beat him in that one time.
No,
You know
I
what I
know.
mean?
It crossed my mind. It crossed my mind. Then when Atreus and Kratos left right after Brock dies, it was just mad sad, bro. Like, this nigga Sindri went
Yeah, I
crazy.
love Brock.
Yeah, Brock, yo, I love Brock, bro. That nigga, he's a little asshole, but you know what I like about Brock is that he call it Brock. Like in 2018, when every time Kratos talks to him, he's like, "Oh, you fucking this, you fucking that," like, "Oh, you big," he was like clowning him and shit, right? Cursing at Kratos.
Yeah.
But when Atreus talks to him, he's mad nice to him. He's like super soft to him, right? He talks
Mhm.
nicely to him. But then when he sees Atreus now that he's grown up, he's like, "Oh, look at this fucking kid! Like, look at this!" Like, he starts cursing at him and shit. Like, he's like, "Oh, look,
Yeah.
he's all grown up now. Like, he lost that kindness for him." I'm like, it makes sense. It's Brock. Like, and he's I don't know. He's one of my favorite characters. Like Brock. He's mad. He's one of to me. He's one of the best parts in 2018. I didn't like Sindri that much because he was like complaining and shit. But Sindri
Yeah, I don't really like him.
in this game, Sindri, bro, his story arc like is so good. Minor characters, bro, not Kratos and Atreus. Minor characters have
They
great
get the time to shine.
they get time, bro. Even Agrabota, she seems like a whatever character. I said like the only negative I can say about this game is that when Atreus go to Ironwood, is that it gets a little slow when they're on that moose, what the fuck it is. Like they gets a little slow, but I get it. Like they building that relationship between them and shit. I get it. I understand. And Agrabota,
Well,
like
what I was like, yo, Atreus got Riz, bro. Like, I'm like,
he got no riz. What do you mean? This nigga, yo, Atreus, like, yo, he was trying so hard, bro. That nigga, yo, he was trying so. I'm like, bro, I'm like, Atreus got no game, bro. He's trying to give her a flower. This nigga was trying to, he's like, yo, what's your favorite color? I'm like, Atreus,
he
stop.
was trying my like,
I was like, Atreus, stop, nigga. Like, you're embarrassing yourself, my guy. Like, seriously. But yeah, like, and he tried to bag Thor's daughter, third? Well, ain't third, right? Third?
third, yeah.
He tried to bag her. I'm like, bro, Trey was like, no, dude, stop. Like, relax, bro. Like, you trying way too hard. But Angrboda, she had her mission. She completed her mission, and she was like, I'm lost. I don't know where else to go from here. Like, my story ends right
Yeah,
here.
it was all about the prophecies. That's her whole
Yeah,
life.
that was her whole
Was the
life.
prophecy.
And I understand why she would be sad because she feels like her life has no more meaning now. But she said, "Yo, I'm gonna write my own story and I'm gonna help you in Ragnarok." If it wasn't for Angrboda, everyone's dead. She's the real MVP. I ain't gonna hold you. She saved everyone. Her and Fenrir saved everyone. Like
Yeah, that's true.
she brought Fenrir and Jormungandr to Ragnarok.
And
Like,
she's the one who told Atreus that he had a soul in his knife.
exactly. I love Angrboda's character. I don't know if you like her character, but I loved her character.
I like the character. I definitely like the character.
Like, people were bitching and shit, and Angrboda was black. I'm like, bro, shut up.
Did you see like before the game came out, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of talk about Tyr was trying to intimidate Kratos when he stood up. You remember? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, he's just standing up, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
I actually thought there was gonna be a Tyr fight in this game. To be honest, that's what I thought. So when Kratos releases Tyr, I thought Tyr was gonna go crazy and actually fight them. But I guess I was wrong. This nigga's a bitch. Like I like Tyr. I kind of liked him a little bit, but then there's a side mission where Tyr is actually locked up in a prison, in an Asgardian prison, and you free him, and he's like, oh, so what happened, guys? He's like, yo, we just beat Odin, we did Ragnarok, all this stuff. He's like, oh, okay. I mean, it sucks. I wasn't there, but okay. I'm like, this nigga's an asshole.
Oh no.
Like he's man nonchalant about it.
His voice, it doesn't match him. You seen it usually like how he talks?
Yeah,
And just
yeah,
like
yeah.
how
I mean, that's fine. That's okay. Like people were complaining about that too. I ain't gonna lie. Before the game came out, when the trailer came out,
I think they did it on purpose to show how he changed from being like a god of war to being peaceful. I think they did that on purpose.
no. But the thing is that Tyr is the god of war, right? But his
Mhm.
purpose as the god of war was to prevent war. That's why he was the god of war. So everyone loved him. Everyone loved Tyr. I'm like, who the fuck loves this guy though? Like he's not super charismatic. To me, he's an asshole. Like so, why do people love? I didn't get the sense of why people love Tyr in this game. So because
Yeah, me neither. I don't really get
in
it.
all the murals in 2018 is like Tyr united all the realms. All this, I'm like, okay, so I'm guessing Tyr's gonna be the super charismatic guy. He's a great leader. He's all this stuff. He's the god of war, so he has to be a badass, right? Like, and this nigga's a little bitch. Come on. I get it. It was Odin, but still, bro.
Mhm.
Like, come on.
Like on Sindri, the fact that at the end Sindri's the one who killed Odin, that's crazy.
I mean, I get it. I get it why Sindri went to the dark side like that. I was thinking to my in my head. I was like, Sindri turned into Anakin, bro. Like, I was like,
Yeah, because his brother died. That was his main relationship.
yeah, I know. I understand that. I get it. But I get it. He's grieving, bro. Like, it happened so recently. But
Hmm.
Sindri needs to calm the fuck down. Like, this nigga was like telling Atreus, leave me alone. Leave me I get it. Because he thinks Atreus is fault for bringing
Yeah,
Tyr to the. I understand that. But in the same time, like you need to understand that
none of them knew.
yeah, a trade. No one knew. Everyone got bamboozled, my guy. Like no one knew. Not like no one had any idea that was Kratos even said it. Kratos said it that everyone was fooled. Nigga, I was fooled. You were fooled. The whole fucking world was fooled, bro. Like that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah,
He
but
did. He's a great actor.
yeah, but Sentry just going to the dark side. Like his eyes were red. I'm like, this nigga's Anakin. I'm like this nigga's Anakin Skywalker. Like you know,
Yep.
Anakin turned to the dark side like in 2 seconds. Like bro, Anakin goes from protecting the Jedi way to killing younglings now in the span of like minutes. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like Sindri just he wasn't bad, but he just like flipped too quick to me, bro. I think it would have been better if he was like quiet and not speak to them. He would just like keep it to himself. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying like, "Oh, leave me alone. This is all your fault." Like, oh, he called Atreus fuck. He said you're a fucking something. Like, I'm like, damn, bro, Sindri.
Yeah. 'Cause he never
That,
cursed. He was mad, quiet. He was always like, even when he invited them, he was like, "Oh, are you gonna wipe your feet?" And then they just walked by. Even a trace, he just walked by. He didn't say nothing to them. He was like, "All right, whatever."
yeah,
Like he was mad, scared of everyone.
and you know what's crazy is that Sindri was like, him and Atreus had a great relationship, and there was like he was giving Atreus nickname. He was like he called him Trey. He called him Loke. He called him Loke. I'm like, bro, this nigga like Sindri is a cool dude.
I get it, because remember, he went to the Lake of Souls
Yeah,
just so that Brock could still live,
yeah.
and that's the whole reason why Brock is still dead, because
And once you lose a part of your soul, you get
the
revived.
part that leads you to the soul of the soul
Yes,
lake.
so you have no afterlife, right? So I think Sindri knew that. So he knew that there's no way he could get him back. So
Mm-hmm.
that's sad though, man. Like when Brock died, that's rest in peace to my dude, bro. Like you will be missed, my guy. Let's talk about Ragnarok. Again, we talk about Kratos leading everyone. He blows the horn. He leads them into Ragnarok. He tells everyone what to do. The battle
You know what's
itself.
crazy about Ragnarok is that, okay, one, Ragnarok is, I didn't know Ragnarok was the name of
Me
Surtur, like when
neither.
he turned into,
Me neither.
yeah, I never knew that.
I thought Ragnarok was the battle.
Yep. And then the fact that they stopped the Ragnarok from breaking the wall. I didn't really understand that part
Wait,
either.
what do you mean?
Because okay, so the whole point of Ragnarok being there is that he was supposed to open a hole in the wall.
No. Sindri opened the wall into Asgard.
Yeah, and those like the new mid guardians or whatever they were called.
Yeah.
Like Odin put them right in front of the door so that if Ragnarok showed up, because he knew Kratos didn't want them to die.
No, it wasn't that. It was that Ragnarok Surtur, when Surtur got there, right? Surtur was berserk. He was just killing. He was attacking everyone, right? He was going crazy, and they was like, oh, we can't count on Surtur. Sindri was like, he knows the weakness to Asgard. He knows the weakness, whatever. He broke the wall, saying like, oh, we can't count on Surtur anymore. Surtur just went crazy, and they couldn't count on him anymore. So Sindri was like, I know the weakness. That's why he broke the wall into Asgard.
Wait, because I remember Atreus said, "Oh, Odin's smart. He knows that we wouldn't want these people to die.
Yeah,
he put them there on purpose."
Yeah, he was saying that. He was saying that because Odin knew that Kratos and Atreus and Freya, they weren't going to attack the humans, like the mid guardians. So they would put there as fodder to stop them. So they was like, oh, we got to find a different way to get into Asgard. That's why Sindri broke the wall. So I don't know. That's what I thought. I might be wrong. Some of you guys can let me know in the comment section if I'm bugging. I probably misheard or whatever. But I want to ask you, the actual battle of Ragnarok, do you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I actually think it was one of the best parts of the game. Like it's not the best part of the game.
It was amazing, bro. When I like before we got to Ragnarok, I was like, how they gonna do this shit? How they gonna do it? How they gonna
make it look?
How they gonna make it look? How they gonna do Thor versus Jormungandr and all this shit? And I was like, but when the actual battle when it starts and Kratos blew the horn and everyone just, it was endgame, bro. Everyone comes through the portal.
You feel it automatically, the tension.
Yeah, and we didn't even talk about Freyr. I love Freyr. His character, this nigga.
She was
like that's who I thought Tyr would have been like Freyr, because you know how because Freyr, everyone in Alfheim, they love Freyr, like the light elves and the dark elves.
He said him, so that, like, he's the one who united them,
and I get it because this nigga is charismatic as hell. This nigga is super charismatic. Like I thought Tyr was gonna be like him, and I was like, and his character, so he's mad witty, he's charming and shit. I'm like, I like this guy, and I googled who the hell is this guy? Like he kind of reminds me of someone. And guess who plays? Who's Freyr?
Who?
Have you ever watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? So you know Grant Ward, right, from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
Grant, like that, he turns bad and he was an agent and he turns bad. And he plays Freyr in God of War. Perfect casting. He's the best part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Freyr, he's amazing. And we even talk about Loki when he fights with you see the sword, that Freyr's sword that fights by itself. Like that shit was amazing. I was like, that shit was cool.
Never thought it was his sword. I thought it was a random sword.
I knew it was a sword because I knew who Freyr is. Like Freyr's thing is that he has a sword that fights for himself. Like he has a sword that literally fights with him, like by itself. So I knew it was Freyr's sword. Once I saw it, I'm like, that's Freyr's sword. When Freyr summoned his sword and this nigga went flying up, I'm like, bro, this nigga is Thor? Like this nigga turned to Thor? Like, I'm like, bro. The Ragnarok battle, it was amazing. Like, and you see Thor fighting Jormungandr in the background. You see Thor and Jormungandr fighting, and you actually see when Thor sends him back into the past. I was like, God damn, bro, this shit is amazing. Then we have the rematch, Thor versus Kratos. What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on the fight?
I don't think it was better than the first fight. I mean, it was still really good.
You don't like it? Like, you think it was better?
No, I like it. I'm just saying it wasn't better than the first time they fought.
Gameplay wise, I said it was better the second fight, but like the first fight was more entertaining for me because Thor was like, oh, he was being cocky, he was being an asshole, and in the second fight, it was really about that. Like Thor was really trying to kill him. It was more serious, and the fact that Kratos converted him like to the good side, I guess, and. And during the whole game, you see,
and then Odin killed him.
Yeah, man, that's crazy to me. Like he just killed his son. Like, and he disappeared.
Yeah, I never thought he would do that. I mean, out of all the people, I didn't think he would have killed Thor.
Yeah,
You know, what I mean, I thought he had a stronger bond with Thor than that.
I think I didn't even. No, you could tell. You can tell that Odin is just using him. Odin doesn't care about him. He doesn't.
And I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. Because
Odin, he
Odin,
he uses everyone. He doesn't care about no one, bro. He cares about this dumb mask. Like all about the mask. The mask. That's all he cared about. And he killed his son. He's like, oh, I didn't mean to do it. Shut up, bro. You meant to kill your son, bro. Like,
yo, with that mask, when Atreus had the mask at the end, I knew he wasn't gonna give it to Odin, but like. In my mind, I said, "Yo, if he gives this to Odin, bro, I was gonna be mad. I was gonna be so mad. Like, I knew he wasn't gonna do it, but still, like,
no, but it's that during the whole time Atreus was there, he keeps he keeps saying to himself, "It's like I don't trust Odin. I know he's lying to me. Like everything he's saying is a lie. I know it's a lie. And the thing is that Atreus is super smart. He's super intelligent. Like this kid is so smart. Like he's like I don't trust Odin. He's playing me. He's like he just wanted leverage. That's what he wanted. Like the only reason he went to Asgard because he wanted leverage and shit. And they lost that leverage. So the only leverage he had was the mask.
the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it was mad clutch where Kratos threw the
through the
axe
axe,
and he
that's
got the mask.
so clutch, bro. The fact that he hit it, he put it through the hole, the eyes. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
this nigga got some aim. How the fuck this nigga hit that shit?
and he
Like
did it
right before he
and
left,
disappeared.
like the split second he left, right before he left, he hit it. That's crazy. I didn't know this nigga was that skilled. That's crazy.
Because if Odin would have had that mask, it would have definitely been different.
It would have been game. Would have been game. I don't know what's behind the rift. Like, what do you think was behind the rift?
I think it was what Odin said. Like it was gonna be like
Pure all knowledge.
I think that's what it was.
Pure knowledge.
Yeah.
That's what you think it was? And
But what did he say it was made from? He said it was when he killed the giant, right? Like when he killed the first giant.
Yeah, the first giant. Yeah, he looked into it. Like when he lost his eye, he looked into it, and he had a glimpse of of knowledge and shit like that. So he and the thing is that I get it why he's crazy like that. Like I kind of understand because everyone goes to Valhalla except him. Like that's how it is. He can't go to Valhalla. Everyone else does. So
Yeah, because he's the smartest one. Like
yeah, so he wants to find out. He wants to find out what happens to him when he dies. He doesn't want to die. Basically, he want to know if he can stop it. Like that's why he's been gathering all this knowledge. That's why he was with Freya for all these years. Like he stole her magic. He hung himself like to get knowledge. Like this nigga he's lost his mind.
I didn't remember that part where he hung himself to get magic. I know he hung himself. I didn't know why.
No. He hung himself. Like they said it in 2018. Like it was like Mimir tells stories. He said Mimir said that Odin hung himself to get the knowledge from this well. So Odin has done all this crazy shit just to like prevent him from dying. So I get it where he's coming from, but he doesn't have to be an asshole to everyone, bro. All this shit could have been averted, right? If Odin was like, listen to me, guys. You do I don't want no war. He said it like, I don't want no war. You don't want no war. I just want this mask. I want some knowledge. I want to know what happens to me. I'm gonna stop being an asshole. I'm gonna stop sending Thor to kill all these people. Like I just want knowledge. That's all I want. No one has to die. This whole thing ends. No Ragnarok. But no, he's a fucking asshole. Like this.
He turned himself into Tyr. He killed. He was responsible for Tyr. For Brock's death.
Yeah,
like,
bro. Like
that's why he died. He basically killed himself when he killed Brock.
Yeah, yo, when he killed Brock, Kratos said, yo, you know what? It's over, bro. I'm getting this. Freya said it, yo, listen, the only thing left now is vengeance. That's what she said. Like, we have to go. He has to die. Kratos even said it. He has to die. And even, what's his name? Surtur said it. Yeah, Odin has to die. So everyone's agreement that this nigga has to die. So
after all of that, Kratos still didn't want to kill him. Like that's crazy.
No, I know. Kratos is a different man. Bro. That's how you write a character. I know people were getting. I know after God of War 3, people were getting tired of Kratos' character. Somehow Kratos doesn't change. He's still the same angry guy. So this is why I think that him being more mature and put him in on this path to this character was beautiful. Like it's It's perfect, bro.
And then, like he even in one of like the random conversations they have when like on the boats,
yeah,
Atreus asks Kratos, "Oh, why don't you destroy your blades? I see how you look at them, right?"
yeah,
And Kratos is like, "Oh, even hateful things have a purpose." And
yeah,
and then he said, "Oh, I tried, and it came back." Like
yeah,
that
yeah. He
that
could.
that really shows. Like first of all, they put a lot of thought into the story. That's one,
Yeah,
and two, that Kratos changed because I would think yeah, he's mature, but he doesn't like the blades because one, they were seared onto his flesh, and two, they remind him of his past, but he still uses them to protect Atreus.
and you know what I like about this Kratos too is that Kratos matured. He's a father, and but he's not perfect. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
his lessons, he thought he even said himself, he thought he was doing what's right. Like he teaching his sons all this lesson about closing your heart and all this stuff. He thought because again that's how he was raised as a Spartan. Like close your heart to it. He thought he was doing what his wife wanted him to do. Like he thought this was the lessons that Faye wanted for Atreus to
Wanted
learn.
to,
Yeah,
yeah.
and Kratos realized, listen, I was wrong. He said it. I was wrong. I'm sorry for I was wrong. Like I'm sorry because I'm wrong. You're right. The thing that's special about you is that you're caring. You care about people. Okay, first of all, before we get to that, so remember 2018 the mural, right? Where they show
Yeah.
Kratos dead, right? And everyone's like for
Mhm.
4 years, everyone's like Kratos is gonna die. Kratos is gonna die. And I
I
said,
thought Kratos. I thought like it was gonna be a type of thing where everybody thinks he's gonna die, and then he's still alive. Though I thought that was what's gonna happen.
all
I
right,
thought like the mural was gonna be like misinterpreted.
okay. What I thought was gonna happen was I always thought Kratos. For some reason, I thought Kratos wasn't gonna die. I thought that was gonna be Tyr. I thought that Atreus and Tyr was gonna have this great bond. That it was gonna make a bond, and at the end of the game, Tyr's gonna sacrifice himself for Atreus or something, right? That's what I thought. But then another theory I had was Kratos dies. He dies, right? But it's gonna be early on in the game against Thor. Thor kills him. You know how Kratos always go to the after. It goes to the underworld, whatever the afterlife. Like he always
Yeah.
comes. He always comes back from death. I know they explained how he got resetted back to level 1. They said that he just used all his armor. That's the laziest shit ever, bro.
Yeah.
He said I just used all the armor. That's it. I was like, oh my god, really? That's the explanation?
And he's like, can you try not to do that? He's like, oh no, I will not.
Yo, Kratos a funny ass nigga. Yo, Kratos a funny nigga, bro. Like he's so serious and it's so funny. Like
Yeah,
like he's not trying to be funny.
like Drax.
He's like Drax, bro. He's acting like Drax. I think that Drax is a little funny, but Kratos is not trying to be funny. Drax sometimes is trying to be kind of funny, but Kratos is being
Yeah.
him. He's being serious and it's just funny. The things that he says is just funny, bro. The mural. We see okay, so we see the part where at the end they defeat Odin and Atreus says the was it like the magic ritual thing, and
Uh-huh.
he transferred Odin's soul into the
So the
ball,
little boy, yeah.
and then Odin falls into the pose, like the mural pose, and I was like, bro, my jaw like dropped. I was like, no fucking way,
Oh, I
bro.
never thought of it like that.
Yeah, he dropped
Uh,
into his arms, and like the mural, he dropped just like that. He dropped into the pose, and I was like, and I my jaw dropped. I was like, this is it, bro. Like Odin, I get it. They changed their fate, right?
uh-huh.
And yeah, I guess they made Odin took Kratos' spot, I guess. But
So the thing is
yeah,
with the mural, it's never very clear on who's who. The only thing that you can see is that Kratos has his beard, or he has his red, the little red line.
yeah,
Not even a red line, but he has a.
that's the thing though. That's the thing though. If you look at the mural, if you go
He doesn't have that.
in Jotunheim, right? If you go to Jotunheim with Angerboda, if you
Uh,
look, you know she has the 3 murals. If you look at the mural, right, it doesn't have Kratos's the part where Atreus is holding him, right? You see you see like Thor standing over him, right? And
yeah.
Atreus like crying, holding him, but he doesn't have the red mark. Kratos doesn't have the red
No,
mark.
he doesn't.
It just has the body, the guy with a beard. I'm thinking back, what happens at the end? It was like how Faye wanted them to change their faith, and how in 2018, the reason the mural was broken, that last mural, all the other murals were perfect except that one, is because she broke it on purpose because she wanted them to change their own faith. So she knew all the, bro. Bro. She knew all this shit. Like that shit is crazy, bro. Like how OP is she, bro? Like first of all,
because the Giants they had all of their prophecies, but the fact that she could see all of that,
bro,
like even the fact that their journey to Jotunheim to spread the ashes, all of that was in the murals.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
And she's OP, bro. She's strong enough to go toe to toe with Thor. Like, and I'm pretty sure they said she almost killed Thor. Like, and she has all this foresight, like powers, bro. Like, she's man OP. She's crazy OP. They kill Odin. Surtur brings a sword down. Freyr sacrificed himself. Rest in peace to my dude.
Wait, you said who?
Freyr.
Wait, he does?
Yeah, Freyr. He sacrificed himself.
Oh yeah, he didn't need to do that.
No, he had to. He had to, bro. Surtur was gonna destroy he's gonna destroy Asgard completely with the last strike. He was holding. He was holding. He was basically stopping Surtur from destroying Asgard.
It was still on the ground though. The sword was still on the ground the whole time.
No, it wasn't. He blocked it. He blocked it. He was holding it the whole time. I'm like, bro, this nigga's a hero, bro. Like him and Angrboda saved the day, bro. Basically, like, and it was sad how Freya, after all those years, they weren't talking and shit, and you could tell they love each other. Her and her brother, they love each other, and the part where they was crying together. Remember that part when they were crying? Like that shit was mad touching. Like, and the fact that she just let him like. I understand she says it afterwards in the game that she knew this was something he had to do, so she let him do it. So, but yeah, I was sad. This guy sacrificed himself, and after that, Angrboda comes. There's like a flash of this white light, and Atreus wakes up in this like canyon or whatever, and he goes around walking, talking to Freya, to Thor's wife and daughter. And the pig guy, what's his name from the last game? The boar. He's a human now. The black guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he talks to him. He talks to Mimir.
That's crazy. How he said he thought of Mimir as a father. I thought he thought of him as a sibling, not a father.
No, as yeah, of course, as a father. Of course, as a father. Because Mimir. He even said it. Like Mimir says that Atreus will go to him for advice when Kratos wouldn't give it to him. So they had a different kind of bond and shit. So yeah, I understand that he will see him as a father, or like even as an uncle or something like that. But yeah, he talks to everyone. Atreus reaches Angrboda. He talks to Angrboda, and Kratos shows up, and she says, "I got one more thing for you guys to see." And they walk to the top of the mountain, and there's one more mural, right? And it's basically them changing their faith, right? How Faye saw all this, she saw all this, and she wanted them to change their faith and defeat Odin, all this stuff, right? And
that's the one they tried to open, and she was like, "Oh, now all of them open, right?" That's that one.
Yeah. That's what it is. Atreus says, "Man, there's a lot of giants out there. I want to go find them and save them." And bro, that shit broke my heart, bro.
I wonder, is he gonna put all of them in animals like he did with the snake?
There's some of them are still alive. That's the thing. There's some of them are still giant forms. They're still giants.
Oh.
And he just want to go rescue them and find them. Remember, Angrboda said that some of them just left.
Like hid?
Yeah, they hid and he just left, right? So
how do you hide outside of the 9 realms though? Like
they're giants, bro. I don't know. They're giants. That's what I think. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They have giant magic, like.
Yeah. The giant magic and the dwarf magic is crazy. Like with the dwarf magic, you can literally basically do whatever you want. Like I was like, yo, Sidri, if you're teleporting around here, why can't you bring me with you, bro? Like I'm over here fighting mad mobs and shit, like, and you're just teleporting, like.
Oh yeah.
Teach me that magic, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
They see the mural. And then they say goodbye to each other, man. Kratos and Atreus, and that shit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit broke my heart, bro. I was like, Atreus is leaving, bro. Like, I was like, damn.
And Kratos just finally let him leave, like.
Yeah, and Kratos like when Kratos said Loki leaves, Atreus remains.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, that shit broke me. And I was like, damn, son, the boy's about to leave, bro. Like, and then you know what's crazy when they bump each other's heads and they say bye, and Kratos is looking at him talking to Agrabota, and he puts his foot on like a rock and he looks up, right, and he looks back to
Mm-hmm.
Kratos. It's exactly like the mural from 2018. If you look at the mural, he has his foot on the rock and he's looking up like that, exactly like in the mural. And he smiles at Kratos and he leaves. And I was like, bro, like, this is beautiful. This is a fucking masterpiece. This game is this is perfect.
There's so many callbacks.
Yeah, there's so many callbacks, bro. Like, if I was, I had a certain ending in my head, right? And this was better than the
Uh-huh.
ending I had in my head. Like,
Yeah, it was.
the icing on the cake, bro, was when he goes around the mural and he opens the back of the mural, and there's one more, and they show Kratos. They show Kratos in Greece, right? The god of war, all this chaos and all
Uh-huh.
this shit on the left side. In the middle, you see him and
It's
Atreus,
like a statue.
him and Atreus. And the last one, you have a golden statue of Kratos, and everyone from the nine realms worshiping him. And I was like, bro, and you see Kratos starts crying, bro. That shit broke my heart, bro. I was like, yo, this.
Yeah, you only see Kratos like really emotional, like either crying or laughing like twice.
Yeah, you actually see him laugh, like smile, like he's like, he's like,
Yeah.
like he's like. I remember when Mears told a funny story, and Kratos was like, I like this story. I was like, I was fucking dead. But yeah, you see Kratos, he's weeping, he's crying, because remember a few hours before that, Odin shows up, and he was like, what do you know about godhood? What do you know about people loving you and worshiping you? And
I was like, whoa, wait, I was confused because in the second game, people love Kratos. It
no,
was
they
like, oh,
don't.
our God of War. Like there was,
No, they don't. Those are his Spartan army. His army.
yeah,
That's yeah.
the Spartan army.
That's his army. The people around his Greece, they feared him. They saw him. They feared Kratos. Like they didn't love Kratos. No one worshipped him. None of that. They literally, it was pure fear on Kratos.
Yeah,
And the fact that deep down, like Kratos started, the way I interpreted it was like deep down Kratos started crying because this is what he wanted. He didn't want to be that guy anymore that people hated, and that it was just pure chaos and destruction. He wanted to be peaceful. He wanted to help people, and the fact that that mural is in the future. That's Kratos in the future. That's not Kratos now. That's Kratos in the future. So whatever game it is they're gonna make next or whatever, by the end of,
uh-huh.
at the end of his story, the end of Kratos' story, he's gonna be worshipped as like the new All Father, or like a god, like a savior, the person who saved them from Ragnarok, right? So and
Uh-huh.
that's crazy, bro. That was beautiful. I thought to myself, like, this is it, bro. If this story ends right now with Kratos, this is how you should end it, bro. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was perfect.
Well, when I saw the statue of Kratos and him crying, I get it. Like it was a very emotional moment when you see Kratos crying. Like you've never seen him cry before. Like
I
this, like
know,
you know what I mean?
I know, man, and
To
especially
show that much emotion, that's crazy.
yo, and the fact is that it's not even it's like it's just the expression on his face. Like he was in disbelief, like right,
Hmm.
he was in disbelief, like I can't believe like this can happen, like the person that I was before, like, and now I see that people are going to worship me for being the savior and this hero. I think that's the perfect way to end the story. I just hope that if they're going to make a new game, they can explain to me why would Kratos want to leave Midgard? Why would he leave Midgard at all?
What do you
He's
mean?
like, why would Kratos leave Midgard and go to like Egypt or whatever? Like, why would he leave?
Isn't the next game gonna be in the Nine Realms?
I don't think so. Corey Barlog, right, the writer from 2018, he said that
Yeah.
this is the last story on Midgard. The Norse mythology is over. No more Norse mythology. So I'm thinking, if they make another game, are they gonna make the God of Mischief like game, or like another God of War?
He's gonna take Atreus with him, right? He has to.
Oh no, Trace is gone. I just think, you know what I think is gonna happen. Me personally, I think that Atreus in his travels, right? I think Atreus is gonna go to Egypt looking for giants. That's what I think. He's gonna go to Egypt. He's gonna go to.
How's that gonna work?
What do you mean?
Like, how is he gonna find a way to get into a different realm?
No,
I mean, different like
it's
mythology.
not a realm. The different mythologies are like they're all in the same globe, in the same. Okay, it's difficult to explain because the way they explain it, Corey Barlog explained it is that it's a like the world is different mythologies in the
Mm-hmm.
world, right? Different sections has different mythologies, right? So
Yeah.
so in the Atreus, there's this part where Atreus says, "Oh, I wish that I want to travel the lands past the seas." Right? He says that in the game. One day, I wish I could travel across the lands like Mimir did. He says, and I think that in his travels to find the giants, he's gonna land in Japan. He's gonna land in Egypt. He's gonna land somewhere else, and somehow Kratos gonna learn that his son is in trouble. You're probably gonna get an older Atreus. He's gonna learn that his son is in trouble, and he's gonna go save his son. That's how you get Kratos out of Midgard, out of the Norse
Yeah, that makes
mythology.
sense.
I don't know if you did a side mission where they give Rock a Viking funeral.
Yeah, I did it.
So that's the actual end of the game, right? So and then you see
Uh-huh.
it's Kratos and Freya and Mimir, like, and I was like during the whole time I was like, damn, bro, I really miss Atreus, bro, like like as a companion,
Yeah,
like I get it. Freya is cool. I like Freya. Freya is cool. Is that is the connection between Kratos and Atreus is just is
it's
better.
different. Yeah,
It's a it's
you
a
can't
bigger bond.
replicate it.
Yeah, it's a bigger bond. Hopefully, we get like a Loki game in the next like 2 years. You know, or
Hmm.
even or we can even get a DLC, like a little journey of Atreus, a little expansion or something like that. Then when the next God of War comes out, then whatever you could probably set it up on the DLC where Atreus is, and maybe he gets captured in that DLC, and Kratos in the next game has to go find him. All right. So before we finish this discussion, what do you think about the weapon, the new weapon? What do you call it?
The
Deafnir?
spear, the Draupnir spear.
Drop near spear. What do you think about that? Was it fun? Do you use it more than?
Honestly, I know that this is gonna be a hot take, but the Draupnir spear and the blades, I use them way more than I use the axe. I don't really like the axe like that because
I disagree.
when I play like games like this, right? When I play or let's say Dark Souls, or I play like a God of War game,
Hmm.
I'm looking for a faster weapon. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like the spear or the blades.
Hmm.
The axe. The problem with the axe is
It's heavy.
I don't know. It's probably because how heavy it is, how
Uh,
slow it feels. You know what I mean?
yeah. To be honest, I use all three of them equally. Especially when at first, like when you got only the Leviathan Axe and the Blaze of Chaos. I literally use both of them equally. Like if I'm facing I just combo it all three at the same time. I use all three of them in combos. So I basically used all of them. Every encounter I got into, I used all three of them.
You can use all six runic attacks because there's three weapons.
Yeah, I
So
know.
you can just go in and
I
get like a fourth for their health down with just the runic attacks.
That's what I do. I don't know about you, especially bro. Have you tried the Spartan Wrath? Use the Spartan Wrath?
I like the first one the most.
No,
Like the first one that the raid.
no, bro. You're using it wrong, bro. The Spartan Wrath is the best one. The Spartan Wrath, when you use a Spartan Wrath with the Blaze of Chaos, you literally take the whole life bar away, basically. Bro, that shit is so OP. That is man OP.
I thought it was just like like you rush to them.
No,
Like
bro, you rush into them? Okay. So if you're facing like a bigger boss, right? Kratos just combos the shit out of these niggas. He does like this crazy ass combo with whatever weapon you're using. But if it's like a smaller one, he stabs them. He does all this crazy shit, right? He takes a whole bunch. But if you upgrade the Spartan Wrath to level 3, that shit is OP, bro. Holy shit, bro! Like that's like to me that's like one of the best things. Like I feel they added into this game was the fact that the Spartan raids had different things. Like I didn't use the Valor one. Valor one was kind of whack, to be honest. But
the thing with the Valor one, right, is when you're using Spartan Rage, it heals you.
it heals you. I don't want that shit. Like
No, like the original Spartan Rage, it heals you already. It
yeah,
already
it
heals
does.
you.
It heals you
Like when you're using
a little bit though. It heals you a little bit.
It gives you like half of your health back.
No, it don't. You're bugging. It gives you like out of your health bar, it probably gives you like 15% of your health back. Something like that.
Yeah. Like if you have more
But
health, yeah.
the valor gives you a lot of. But I barely get hit in the first place, to be honest. Like I barely get hit.
The
So
only time I really got hit was that side mission with the gravestones I was talking to you about with the two. It was like two of them.
The berserkers.
Yeah, did you do that one? Yeah, the one you did two of them at the same time.
I did. I haven't done that one. The one you was talking about. I did two berserkers, and they were easy as hell. So for me, I haven't done the other ones, but obviously they're the Valkyries of this game, so they're definitely harder. So you went to Muspelheim after the game?
I don't remember.
With Surtur.
I don't think so.
With Surtur.
That's the one with Surtur, right?
Yeah. So secret boss fight. She's mad hard, bro. She has like these Valkyrie wings. She's mad OP, bro. Nick, all I saw was this big ass purple health bar. I was like, holy shit, I'm not gonna beat this chick. Like, I just ran. I'm like, yeah, I got some grinding to do. I think that should be. Probably is the hardest boss that I've seen so far. So I got to do a little more grinding, and hopefully we could get New Game Plus, bro. Because I want to run that shit back.
Yeah.
I want to play it again. So,
I want to play it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, I want to play Give Me God of War, bro. Like that's for sure. Because I like the combat. The combat. You played on normal, right? Like normal. I played on normal.
Yeah.
I played on normal. Then I put it to what's the second one after? The one after that one is Mercy. Give Me Mercy. I put it to that one afterwards. Because I found it a little too easy. But yeah, I want to play and Give Me God of War and shit. I could just imagine how hard that shit's gonna be, and I'm definitely gonna play that for New Game Plus. Give Me God of War. That's the mode. That's how I'm gonna start.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm gonna play because the story, it was too easy, to be honest.
The story, yeah, it was pretty easy. There was like there were no like hard bosses in the story.
Odin had a lot of different attacks. Odin you at the same time.
Yeah, Odin did a lot of spammy shit, bro. Like. That was annoying. I don't know if it was like too hard, but it was just annoying. Like, and he was like teleport, like run to the other side of the map real quick, and he would like shock the whole ground. Like, that was kind of annoying. The side bosses are harder than the actual bosses, to be honest.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Do you like the music in this game? The music was good.
Yeah, I actually like how they remixed the music to like change.
That show's fire, right?
It just being angry. Like it's more. They changed it to more like. Okay, so they kept the
OG
Greek feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kept it, but they added a different feeling to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
I like the music. The music, like especially like in like these serious moments and shit. Like when it swells up, that shit. You felt the music. I like the music. You think God of War wins Game of the Year over Elden Ring?
I hate to say it, but yeah, I do. Because Elden Ring, it was really good. It was really good.
It was amazing.
But here's one thing that I'll leave you with. The Game of the Year awards, when they do it, it's not always going to be the right game to win.
Accurate, yeah.
Now, I'm gonna give this an example. Don't hate on me, but like last year.
It Takes Two?
Yeah, It Takes Two.
Yeah.
It Takes Two was... a really fun game. It was
amazing.
A great message.
It was great. We played it. We beat it.
It's not beating Resident Evil 8. I don't know who played Resident Evil 8, but if you've played it, you know it's better than It Takes Two. It's not close.
All right, guys.
I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Leave in the comment section. I want to know what game was better, It Takes Two or Resident Evil? Because this guy thinks Resident Evil is the greatest game that came out in the last 5-10 years, bro.
No, not the greatest game. I think it's a Resident Evil game, and the story was great. What they did with Ethan Winters was great.
I haven't played it, so I can't tell you how
it was so good.
I mean, I believe you. It's good. We like different type of games though. So to you, like a game that's good for you probably isn't good for me.
You say you don't like first person shooter games?
I don't like first person shooters, bro. I don't like it.
Oh, they just added with the new expansion. They just added third person mode.
I know. I saw that somewhere. I saw that a few days ago. They're gonna add a third person mode on Resident Evil, right?
Yeah, they did it. They already added the expansion because they had an expansion with the story of his daughter. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna beat the game on third person mode. and then I'm gonna beat the game again.
You
Not
see?
beat the game again, but I'm gonna beat the DLC again.
You see, so I might play it now. Then, if it's like that, if it's like that, I'll definitely play it now. Because my favorite Resident Evil is, we're talking about Resident Evil, but favorite Resident Evil is Resident Evil 4, and it's third person. Like that's what I like. So I mean, they're all third
Mhm.
person, but like my favorite is third person. So all right, so you think this God of War beats Elden Ring, right? For sure.
Yeah, yeah,
You,
because the story is way better. The music is better. The thing with Elden Ring is I'll say the combat in Elden Ring is better.
okay, that's the
And
thing.
if we're
That's the
talking
thing.
about how long you could
Okay,
play the game, you could probably play Elden Ring longer than you could play Ragnarok. You get more time out of it.
all right. That's it. Okay. This is what I'm gonna tell you. Elden Ring, everyone said Elden Ring's combat. It's great. Nigga, we play Elden Ring. I didn't beat it because I got tired at the very end. Like, I was mentally drained. You know this already. You beat it already. But I was
Yeah.
mentally, I couldn't do it no more. Like, my mind was like broken and shit from playing that game. Um, but yeah, the combat is great for Elden Ring. But again, God of War, to me, I like the arcadey style. Elden Ring is like more methodical. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to
Mhm.
dodge, and I like the quick paced different ways you could attack a certain boss. Like, I like that type of gameplay, like Bayonetta, whatever shit like that. Like quick, like Resident
Yeah.
got Devil May Cry. I like shit like that, like God of War 3. Okay, I think God of War beats Elden Ring. First of all, it's the story is better. I play Elden Ring. I put man hours into it, and I can't tell you what the story is. Like, I'm so, can you tell me what's the story for
Yeah,
Elden Ring?
because the thing about Dark Souls games in general is just that, like the Souls games, the story is
It's the
it's a little bit
combat,
farther back, like in priorities. It's more about the
the
combat
combat.
and like the grueling experience.
Yeah, I
You know what
know.
I mean? So you can know the story of Elden Ring, but it's not in your face. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Because remember, with some of the bosses, you can literally just skip it. You don't have to do some of them.
true. But I can tell you this: if you want a real challenge in God of War, is put Give Me God of War. And it'll give you. I don't think it'll give you
Mm.
the same thing, but it'll be hard as fuck if you're looking for that, a hard challenge. Give me God of War and go fight some go fight some berserkers and Valkyries or some shit. Like, if you want a hard challenge, you know what I mean? Like, but so I think, and the thing about Elden Ring, I'm gonna be fair with Elden Ring, is that the open world is amazing. Like, that beats God of War hands
Yeah.
down. The open world was beautiful. But
Let's say this. I want to say this. Elden Ring is not a bad game. No, we're not
no, it's
saying it's a bad
amazing. It's
game,
amazing.
but it's an amazing game. If it wins the game of the year, I won't be
No,
disappointed.
I
I
won't be
won't.
mad either. I won't be mad. To be honest, I won't be mad either.
It deserves it. Like it's that good of a
It,
game.
it held it
The
held the
thing is,
it held the title for the whole year. It's the best game. Like, it's the best
and
game.
and it got more sales than Vanguard too.
Yeah, it broke a lot of records, to be honest. And I won't be mad. It was the best game I played this year, until God of War came out. Like,
Hmm.
so again, I think God of War beats it. These guys who reviewed to pick the games for the game of the year, they go for, like, stories. That's the thing. Like, it's a great story. That's the thing. Like, it's fun to play, but it's a story.
Even like Resident Evil story is still better though. It is. Resident Evil story is
Again,
definitely better.
I haven't played it, bro, so I can't tell, bro. I got to see where that lands in the top 10 games of last year. So I got to see. God of War, I think it hands down beats Elden Ring. Like, I think it's gonna win more game of the. I think this game is better than 2018. Some people might
Yeah, I
not.
think it is too.
Some people won't agree with it, but I think this game did everything better than 2018. Combat is better. The interactions are better with the characters. You have multiple
Mm.
companions with you, bro. There's like 5 different companions in this game. Like, what else? Oh, the open world, the side stories, the side missions are way better. The multiple bosses are way better. I could say there's like at least 7 or 8 fights in this game that's better than the Boulder fight in 2018.
What was the last fight in 2018? That was Boulder. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was Boulder. Yeah,
with the
okay.
giant, with Freya and shit.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember. I remember.
well, what would you give it on a scale of 1 through 10?
Well, here's my thing about it. A 1 to 10 too. I don't think any game is perfect. I don't think any game deserves a 10 out of 10, no matter how good it is. Because there's
Mm-hmm.
always gonna be something that you could say could have been done better. Always. So
Mm-hmm.
the 10 doesn't exist for me in a scale. So it's a 9 out of 10. Nine point
Uh,
nine out of 10. However high you can give it, but
you
it's
gotta
not a
give
10.
so 9.5. You say 9.5?
And 9.9.9. But like I said, no game can be perfect.
All right. 2018 for me is a 10 out of 10. 2018. I think this game did everything better than 2018. So from 1 to 10, my official score is 11 out of 10. That's my official score. I'm dead serious. You probably think I'm joking. My official score for this game is 11 out of 10, bro. It's the greatest game I've ever played. Out of 2018 was my favorite game ever made, like ever. Like I love a lot of games. Like this moves to my number one spot. 2018 moves to my number two, and my number three is The Last of Us.
I'm gonna start warning your comments. Xbox sucks, no cap.
Xbox, Xbox. I ain't gonna hold you. Xbox, they shedding big tears right now, bro. They are.
Yeah, they don't got God of War. They don't got Spider-Man. They don't got Wolverine.
Bro, that's crazy to me, bro. Like
all of them companies, you can't get some exclusives, bro. Like that's crazy. You bought Activision, and you still can't get COD. Like that's crazy to me, bro.
Oh my god, bro. Xbox is If you got an Xbox, nah, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm taking L's, and I got an Xbox. That's the crazy part. Like,
yeah, you got Xbox. Like it's not like this is coming from a guy that has Xbox, bro. Like he's telling you,
I have an Xbox and a PlayStation. I'm telling you, PlayStation's better, bro.
Yeah, he got a PS5 and the Series. What's that? Series X? Is what you call it?
The Series X.
Like he has all of it, bro, and he's telling you, y'all taking L's.
Right, hey, you're not saying Halo's bad. Halo's good. Gears of War is good. Sea of Thieves is great. All of these games are great. Yeah, they're great games. Yes, but PlayStation just has more, and like I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Xbox to me is the DCEU it's the DCEU of consoles. Marvel is PlayStation. And DC is Xbox. Like Xbox is good. DC does some good stuff. Like, but they do stupid decisions. Like they do dumb shit. Y'all get mad in the comment section, bro. Just say whatever you want, bro. I really don't care.
If PlayStation wins, subscribe, and if Xbox wins, like.
Oh yeah, bro. Yo, listen, bro. Listen. Listen, yo. Again, we've been talking for 2 hours now. Leave a like and subscribe, bro. If you haven't, if you enjoy these conversations, let us know. We got the Wakanda Forever spoiler talk coming soon. So yeah, guys, subscribe, leave a comment, do all that good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the spoiler discussion of God of War Ragnarok. Until next time, this is Jay with my cousin Avery.
It's been fun, guys.
See you guys on the next one. Peace.